Wilson out to his left. Tui Pelotu is there with another Charger sack. This Chargers offense.
That's it. That's the highlight. A sack. A lot of sacks for Zach Wilson. He's terrible at football. This is interesting to see. A daily sports podcast, news, narratives, takes, gambling, and Zach Wilson bad at football. Incredibly, horribly boring ball game last night. The Chargers advance to 4-4. The Jets fall to 4-4. Nobody wants to be good at football anymore. The Jets defense is sick. The Chargers quarterback is talented. I don't know. I thought for sure that the Chargers would lose this game. I lost some money on this game because then they'd fall to 3-5, and then they'd be 3-6, and Brandon Staley would get fired against the Lions, and now I don't think that's going to happen. When is it time? I mean, Zach Wilson sucks, yeah, but why is he still on the team? Making him a backup is an interesting idea, but then Aaron Rodgers got hurt like the third play of the season. Josh Dobbs just won a game without knowing the literal plays or the names of his. Think about how football is played. Do you remember, anybody seen Happy Gilmore? Waterboy, same thing. Anybody seen Waterboy and he's talking to the kids and he tells them how the quarterback hikes the ball? Josh Dobbs had literally, they didn't know how to hike the ball to him. And he beat a football team. And the Jets, it cost a 6th round draft pick. The Jets want to go with Zach Wilson. A lot of hubris from the GM and the front office, unless they're tanking. And the head coach, I mean, it wasn't the only guy that played bad last night, though. I don't know. When's the time to start talking about the GM should be fired? GM should be fired. This is a disaster. At least they get their first round pick out of it. I don't know. GM should be fired. Robert Saleh has got to be on the hot seat. Don't hire defensive head coaches. But they're playing hard. Shut up. I don't care. Don't do it ever. Problem with defensive head coaches at any level of football is that they think defense is equally as important as offense. It is not. It was. It isn't. I don't know what to tell you. A lot of college and pro guys out there. Nope. The first question you ask in an interview to a defensive head coach is, "What's your vision for the offense?" Okay, but what's your vision for the offense? But what's your vision for the offense? But what? So the offense, what are you going to do? Aaron Rodgers dapping some people up. He had this to say after the game to Derwin James. Can't really hear it. When you coming back? Couple more weeks, he said. When you coming back? Couple more weeks. 8 fumbles in 5 games for Zach Wilson. Want to see one? Here
Turned by Gilman. There are flags.
Alohi Gilman is a violent football player.
Is knocked away.
This fumble ended the game.
Picked up.
That was the one that ended the game. Yeah, boring. Incredibly boring. Just preposterously boring. Manningcast, though, was awesome. Check out this from the Manningcast. Arnold Schwarzenegger feeding a donkey. Listen to him whisper and grunt sweet nothings to his donkey. Look at Peyton's face.
That's happening more. Oh, what is that? That donkey looks like you eating, Peyton. It's the same thing. All right, we're going to break. Peyton. We'll be back.
Look at it.
That's happening more.
They say donkeys are incredibly loyal pets. Like, they're awesome and they're needy and lovey and fun. And if you're into that kind of stuff and got the land for it, why not? College basketball started yesterday, and all of the big teams paid a little team to come into their house and just get their shit pushed in, except for one, Michigan State. What's up, y'all?
Gives the Dukes a 2 to shoot. Green's got to go. 4 to shoot. Out to Horton. Free.
In overtime, Michigan State's supposed to be a good ball club. They have national championship aspirations. You know, Tom Izzo won a national championship in 2000, and then he lost the national championship in 2008. But people think he's won like 4. Anyway, this is a great start for Michigan State. I hope they're not ranked for like a while. Dude, number 4, what a rock bottom for Michigan State. It is tough sledding out there. Oh my God, they did beat Nebraska though. So I mean, they're not Nebraska football. James Madison. And James Madison University is on top of the world. I believe they beat the number 1 soccer team in the country. I don't know if that was men's or women's. Their football team is undefeated. They're ineligible to participate in the postseason because the NCAA is punishing them for moving up to Division I from Division I AA. And as a result of that, they're being punished for doing better. Football team can't play in the postseason. They're undefeated. They would be like in consideration for a 12-team playoff. Like next year, if this had happened next year, they might be in the college football playoff. and then their basketball team goes on the road and beats Michigan State. Not the only upset we had in college hoops, though. The shit-talkiest shit-talkers in the country last year were LSU's women. They're number one in the country. They have the best player, and one of the two best players in the country, Maya something. That's a lot of effort for me in women's college basketball, but I'm aware of this. And in the first game of the year, Colorado women's basketball kicked their asses, 92-78. And the Twitter people are talking a lot of shite. Colorado women's basketball, LS who, and then Guix Buffs, or Go Buffs if you speak French. Whew. That's tough. That's a lot of shit talking. Let's stick with women's college basketball, and let's watch. Notre Dame was a top, 15 team, and they're playing South Carolina, another top 15 team. South Carolina, Notre Dame, LSU, those are teams that win national championships. At women's basketball, Notre Dame right here in the green, South Carolina in the white. This woman in the white has the sickest move anyone's ever seen. This is from Irvin Magic Johnson. Quote, I'm watching the women's basketball game between South Carolina and Notre Dame right now, and I just saw the best move in all of basketball, including the pros like LeBron, Steph, KD, Victor, and Jokic. Everyone must see the coast-to-coast behind-the-back move by the freshman guard. Yeah, this is filthy. I used to call basketball games for Division I college, and I've done a lot of high school games for men's and women's. And I'm going to tell you, this girl could have absolutely played a high level of men's high school basketball last year. This is what it would look like if men were playing with women. Watch this. This is filthy.
15 for a double. Wow. My goodness! And he shows.
There's like, and the defense is just like watching it. Oh man, that's nutso. Absolutely crazy. Let's check in with the Premier League. Haven't done that in a hot minute. My favorite squad and yours, I've decided. Tottenham Hotspur was the number one team in the land. I think they might still be the number one team in the land. Nope, number two. 11 matches played for everybody. Tottenham are 8-2-1 for a total of 26 points. They are behind Manchester City, who have 27 points. Tottenham lost their first game of the season yesterday to Chelsea. They got a red card early on in the game. So Tottenham is leading 1-0, and then they get a red card at 33 minutes of the game, and then they get another red card at 66 minutes in the game. So it's one of those, like, things are just falling apart. Excuse me. I could have pressed the cough button, but, whatever. So they get two red cards. That means after they get two red cards, Chelsea scores a hat trick. Somebody named Nicholas Jackson scores a hat trick. But before the two red cards, it was 1-0 Tottenham, and then after one red card, it was 1-1. Fair enough. 10-11. It's doable in soccer. Then 9-11 is ridiculous. So they got their asses kicked, and of course, the way that the Premier League works, Chelsea has incentive to run it up because goal differential is the tiebreaker. Now, Tottenham Hotspur's head coach, I actually don't, despite them being my favorite team, I don't remember his name. He's British. He was asked about the red cards, and he said something sweet about officiating that I really like, and it was a refreshing answer from someone who probably, according to the internet, and announcers, got screwed.
Any complaints at all about the Romero red or the Udogie red?
No, I've already said that, that's whatever decision they've made. At some point, we've got to accept the referee's decision. That's how I grew up. Yeah. And I keep saying that, and I said that last time, This constant erosion of referees' authorities, well, this is where the game's going to get. They're not going to have any authority, and it's going to get diminished, and we're going to be in the control of somebody a few miles away watching a TV screen. So a decision's a decision, You either accept it or you don't. I've always been in the camp, you accept it. Trust me, in 26 years, I've had plenty of bad ones. I've had plenty that have fallen in my favour. It is what it is.
I like that. I think that's refreshing. I found that to be a nice take. Be like, he's essentially saying, yeah, we got screwed. You get screwed in games. I don't know. It happens. Because it is. I mean, we're playing a sport. So I kind of like that. I do want them to get the calls right, but the red card in soccer is sort of like an unsportsmanlike conduct in football, or like in hockey or something, or a flagrant foul in basketball. The ref being there as a human can get the vibe of like whether someone did something shitty or not. And that is what matters. I think I like that. That was a refreshing take, and I'm happy that he said that. Let's just check in on the Michigan cheating scandal. Michigan was saying that the reason this cheating scandal was exposed, or implying they had evidence that Ryan Day, the head coach of Ohio State, his brother, who is a private investigator and worked for the CIA at some point, was involved and illegally accessed their computers in order to get the information. So Michigan gets caught doing something bad and says, no, Ohio State caught us doing something bad. And everyone's like, yeah, but you still did this bad thing, and there's no chain of custody in this. But now the NCAA is telling the Big Ten there is no known relationship between Ryan Day or any of his family members and the NCAA's investigation. So they're saying that they might be looking into you, but they're not how we got this information. Additionally, a former employee at a Big Ten football program has told the Associated Press it was his job to steal signs, and he was given details from multiple league schools to compile a spreadsheet of play calling signals used by Michigan last year. The staffer went out of this way to say that Michigan didn't do anything bad, and actually they might be the victims here, so I wonder what Big Ten school this person was at. We'll figure that out. Spoke on the condition of anonymity. Another cool story. Erin Matson, she's 23, that's her, check her out. She won a national championship in women's field hockey as a senior in college, and then the next year she applied to be the head coach, she got it, and they won the national championship. Shout out to Erin. One of the bigger stories in sports. I didn't cover it because we had been doing football, but everyone's like, this is so cool. And I feel like I should have covered it and let you guys know how it is sick. She's 23. The weirdest thing for me is not that I think that there are people who are absolutely, especially in niche sports like field hockey, I think there are people who are absolutely qualified to do that out of college. However, it's weird to coach your friends. I mean, those are your teammates, dude. That's tough. And then to recruit and stuff. But, North Carolina, women's sports, North Carolina, except for basketball, they are crazy. They've won if you look it up, it's like 20% of all national championships from 1980 to 2005 or something. It's wild. And they dominate field hockey as well. I thought that was one of those stories that I just, one of those things I wanted you guys to know and hear about, and it was Nito Burrito. Kyler Murray is expected to start this week, which is exciting. Will the Cardinals continue to tank? I don't know. Will he be too good for them to tank, or is he not good enough for them to not tank? Who is to say? The NHL season and NBA season are heating up. The NBA midseason tournament is happening. No one cares. All the players are like, what the hell is going on? Why do I give a shit about this? And the courts that they're playing on are stupid. So I think this is going to be a failure. How unpredictable. Shit, check this out. That's Air Force hockey on the bench right there. That's a Dartmouth player battling for the puck on the boards. And this Air Force guy's like, hey, bud, you want a drink? He's like, yeah, shit, I'll take a drink. Sure. Thanks, man. That's sportsmanship right there. Back and better than ever for Controversial Wednesday. I'm not sure what I can do. We've got some options out there. See you then.